Thank you very much, Mayor. Dear guests, our last speaker for the ceremony is Sוסטרמן. It is a great personal honor for me to invite Lynn to say a few words. Lynn is a true champion of maltreated children. She is a true lover of Jerusalem and widely respected and known across the Jewish world. But first and foremost, and after 3 years of working very closely, I can testify for it, Lynn is a leader. She has a vision for a better world for maltreated children, and it's her vision that guides our work at the Xarov Institute and brought all of us here today. Lynn, please.
It's a little overwhelming to be here with all of you today. First of all, I have to do a special thanks to the wife of the President, Nahama Revlin. Thank you so much for coming today, to the Mayor, to the President, but a very special thanks to my daughter Stacy, who's here today, who was a student at Hebrew University. When I look around today at all of you, I'm filled with pride, but also a little bit of awe. I'm filled with pride in how far we've come, but I'm also filled with awe on how far we still have to go. Charlie once said that the rising tide of child abuse and neglect in our community will not be resolved until each one of us recognizes our responsibility to protect the right of every child to a safe and secure upbringing. And that's really why all of us are here today. His words remain as true today as they did when we first got involved in recognizing abuse and neglect in our first city, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and now in Israel. When we begin to grow our work here in Israel, we recognize the existence here too, unfortunately, of child abuse and neglect. And so when we first came to see Sukkot Shalom and Freda, I know it's hard for you to stand up, but if you could just wave your hand, because without Freda, and when we went to that little shelter in Gilo, we wouldn't be here today. That was a system we put in place to help care for the abuse, and they were also very critical to develop the knowledge and professional tools. In 2007, the Xarov Institute was born to fill this role and serve as a light unto the nation in the field of child abuse and neglect. It is remarkable to see in just 3 short years, under the leadership of Asher Ben-Ari, how far we've come and the vital role that Xarov is playing both in Israel and internationally. The Children's Campus here at Hebrew University is the next phase of the work. It will bring together services, treatments, programs, child advocacy, training, research, and more. We hope that it will be a model for communities around the world. None of this would have been possible without the partnership and leadership, as I have said, of some incredible people. The first, Menachem, please, thank you so much, the president of Hebrew University, to our dear friends who are not here today at JDC, of course to the mayor. Without your support with all of these projects, it would not be possible, and I am very grateful. And to Professor Ari Benner, as I said. But I want to also recognize somebody else who's very special, and that's Rabbi Melchior. Will you stand up? Because Rabbi Melchior got the law passed, which was not easy, in the Knesset, so we could have Bet Lin. And he was very persistent and very diligent, and then he also got the financial commitment to help us build 9 of them. So Rabbi Melchior, a very special thank you to you. And finally, to my team at the Sוסטרמן Foundation, just wave a hand or stand up, because as I say, I may make it possible, but all of you make it happen. So Toda Rabbah, and thank you all so much. As we plant this tree here today, we envision it growing tall for all to see. And I hope that we can hold on to this vision, just as we imagine the tree growing over the years. So too, I hope that this campus will come to serve generations of children who have come here in need of our services and our love. And I hope that when the parents and the children hear Harov, they know that they do have a safe place to go, that they have a place to go where somebody cares about their welfare and their betterment. Shalom, you all. Thank you so much for being here today.